Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Monday edition of the Force Feed. Today we will be discussing a Mass Effect 3 fan files a complaint with the FTC concerning the game's ending, Mortal Kombat Vita mini-games, new screenshots for Dishonored and Starhawk, and hackers unlock Street Fighter X Tekken on Disc DLC. Had enough of all the complaints about Mass Effect 3's ending? Well, it's not over. A fan of the franchise has filed a complaint with the Federal Trade Commission stating that BioWare did not deliver on the promise of the game. He said after reading through the list of promises about the ending of the game they made in their advertising campaign and PR interviews, it was clear that the product we got did not live up to any of those claims. The FTC is meant to protect consumers from greedy companies who do not deliver on what they promise in products, so maybe this will stick. And in likely related news, BioWare issued a statement on their Facebook page this morning saying that they have not made a decision about changing the game's ending, alluding to the fact that it is being considered. In the statement, they said that they are letting fans know that they are taking all player feedback into consideration. There is no question that BioWare has been getting a lot of flack ever since the game's release, but maybe that was their plan. Step 1, outrage fans with Day 1 DLC. Step 2, top it all off with a bad ending. That'll be sure to keep Mass Effect 3 in the headlines for weeks. I guess it's working. I'm still talking about it. A new trailer for Mortal Kombat Vita was released today, showing off some of the game's combat and mini-games. The mini-games seem surprisingly interesting as they all appear to take advantage of the Vita's capabilities. Included are a few slicing games that require finger swipes across the screen, a balance game that has you tilting the Vita, and precision games that require screen taps. Mortal Kombat Vita will be available at some point this spring. A new batch of screenshots came out today for both Dishonored and Starhawk. In Dishonored, you play as an assassin with special powers. While little is known of the title, these images show off some gameplay and artwork. The game is looking good, and the atmosphere appears to have a very BioShock feel. Still heavy in development, there is no release date set at the moment. I will be sure to let you know once more information is released. Starhawk is a 32-player fantasy-based third-person game with an RTS twist. The new images show off some single and multiplayer gameplay. Currently in public beta, Starhawk will be available on the PS3 in May. Capcom puts Street Fighter X Tekken DLC on disc. Hackers gain access. Capcom gets upset. Some Xbox 360 hackers have managed to gain access to the 12 additional fighters that were meant to be included in DLC planned for this April. They were able to do so because all 12 fighters are on the game's disc. Capcom's SVP Christian Svensson said of the matter, "Yes, we're seeing news of this, quite ballsy for folks to be taking hacked Xbox 360s on live where you are detectable." Quite ballsy? It's quite ballsy of you, Capcom, to release an incomplete product and charge for DLC that's already on the disc at a later date. Customers have paid for this, and that is quite appalling. I can understand this content was worked on after the game's release approach to DLC, but this is just downright disgraceful. Someone called the FTC. Alright guys, that is going to do it for today's episode of the Force Feed. As always, I thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned tomorrow for another episode, keeping you up to date on all the most recent gaming news and announcements. Once again, this has been Force, and you've just been force-fed. There is an additional 5 minutes of content at the end of this video, and although you have already watched the one ad for this video, you must watch an additional 10 ads before you can watch the remainder of the content. Pretty slimy, huh?